All right, let's check out the Ford Maverick EcoBoost. So this is what it sounds like, but let's find out really what it sounds like and looks like with that hood open. So don't spend all day looking for a latch, there is none. So if you pop this open just once and go look for a latch, you're out of luck. You need to push it, pull it twice. Howdy ho folks. So here we've got the Ford Maverick, the all new Ford Maverick. And I want you to really be able to see whether you should switch out of the hybrid. Of course, the hybrid, one of the major advantages is that it's so silent when you're driving through town, because often it's going to be in all electric mode. You don't have to do anything for that. It just switches over to electric mode or gas and electric on its own, so you don't have to worry. But this is an EcoBoost. And this is a lot easier to get. They're gonna start showing up at dealerships, not just for customers, but as actual inventory, probably sometime in May or June. And I bet if you put in an order now, you'd actually get one if it's an EcoBoost. So let's go outside and hear this thing run, see what it sounds like, see if it's worth considering. I certainly have my viewpoints on it. I think it's a great powertrain. The truck weighs about 3,600 pounds, has 277 pound-feet of torque and 250 horsepower. So power to weight ratio is fantastic on this truck. Real fun to drive, real fun to throw into the corners if you need to get somewhere quickly. It'll take you there. And you can even get it with luxury package. It'll actually show up. Take my word on it. It'll work out. So let's go outside and take a look at this, this beauty. All right, let's check out the Ford Maverick EcoBoost. So this is what it sounds like, but let's find out really what it sounds like and looks like with that hood open. So don't spend all day looking for a latch, there is none. So if you pop this open just once and go look for a latch, you're out of luck. You need to push it, pull it twice. And now, because there's no latch, it will now open. Otherwise, it would not open. And that's what the motor sounds like. So the 2-liter EcoBoost, it is a little quieter than the hybrid, except for when the hybrid is in electric mode. Obviously, it's dead silent in electric mode. Now that does seem a little loud. And that's because it's direct injection. So it is normal that there's that little tick, 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 that fast ticking noise. That's the direct injectors working away. But inside the vehicle, this is, you know, the sound deadening in this is decent, considering outside that motor is pretty loud, but inside, not bad at all. Now, I do like the interior. There's been a lot of complaints about the use of plastic, but I think the plastic in this is fantastic. It's got multiple designs. You see little cutaways here to make it look sharp. You got space for your bottles. Gray and blue, not a usual combination. It actually looks pretty good. Ford did a great job. I think this deserves design awards. See the seats here. Nice little touch with the orange stitching. Got the model with the back window. Now your roof is not, if you take the sliding moonroof, it's not huge, but it will let in a little extra light and air. Of course, we've got that transmission. Some people will complain about it, but you do get used to it. You just turn it into the gear you want. L is if you want the transmission to compress. Now in the hybrid, L is nice because it helps you actually regain more battery. So the electric motor works harder to regain that energy and put it back towards the battery for use later on to get better fuel economy. But I think switching to an EcoBoost, if you're doing mostly highway, switching to an EcoBoost is a smart choice because you're gonna get an EcoBoost much faster than a hybrid. So I'd say if you do a lot of hybrid, a lot of highway, you should definitely consider switching off the hybrid onto an EcoBoost, unless, and I do say unless you're, you know, a carryover order from 2022, or you're there on opening day, opening morning, ordering up your hybrid, because they will not be able to produce everyone's hybrid. And actually, they're only going to be producing about half the demand. So do consider switching to an EcoBoost. You got a fantastic suspension. You can add 4K towing and tow 4,000 pounds, in which case you get a brake controller right here. You can set it more brakes to the back, less brakes for your trailer. And the orange accents in this, they do the trick. Took me a while to get used to them, but I'm liking them. Now the touchscreen is at a certain angle. It's pretty straight up. I think its positioning is good, and it is pretty good at actually cutting off glare because it's not higher up and it's not, it is at an aggressive angle towards us, but that does help with glare. Now let's just head inside so that we can actually look at this EcoBoost all shined up, looking good. You've got those black mags because it has the FX4 package. An FX4 package on an XLT is actually a great value position because not only does it give you the skid plates and some shocks ready to go off-road, you are getting the extra cooling elements for the powertrain. And what I really like about this is inside, you're actually getting the 6.5-inch screen behind the steering wheel, just like a Lariat. So that's a great value position. Now, is the EcoBoost a great value position if you currently have a hybrid on order? Well, I'd say definitely yes, and for some, definitely no. So who is it a big yes for? Now, if you're mostly doing highway driving, big, huge yes, switch to the EcoBoost. If you're a new order, dating back from the 3rd or 4th day of order banks being open. So that'd be the 19th and the 20th, based on the idea that the order banks were open on the 16th of September. So they opened up for 4 days and were closed in the US from excessive sales. Now, most of those sales were for hybrids, and well, Ford can only make about 35% of the orders as hybrids, meaning if I'm a day 2 new order, I'd also kind of be sweating it and thinking I should probably switch to an EcoBoost. So if you're doing mostly highway, you're not going to notice a huge difference on the EcoBoost here, and you're going to get all-wheel drive to deal with all that snow if you're in a snowy climate. And this intelligent all-wheel drive does an amazing job of tackling snowstorms. Now, if you want to see a hybrid tackle a snowstorm, not only did we tackle a snowstorm, we towed in a snowstorm. So we got some videos for that you'll want to check out. Now, if you're mostly doing city, so Marie-Pierre here, she, the wifey, she only drives in the city. The hybrid is almost twice as fuel efficient in the city than the EcoBoost. So for her, I'd say it's definitely worth the wait. And even if you're a day 3 or 4. So it'll take a year and a half maybe to get your hybrid, but it's going to be worth it if you're going to be doing almost half as much fuel. Either way, EcoBoost or hybrid, you're getting the same interior. So that is your interior for an XLT. If it was an XL, you'd have this interior blacked out. And of course, if you want a blacked out interior, you can also get a Tremor package. Also very cool off-road oriented truck. You might want to consider, here's a better view of the roof when it's not covered in snow. So this truck, I'd say, whether it's EcoBoost or hybrid, is really worth considering. It's a reasonably sized truck that can do a lot of truck things. You can put 1,500 pounds in this bed, and this bed, that's the spray-in bed liner in case you were wondering. So very, very tough. The plastic does the job. Now, of course, for 2023, we aren't getting those slide-in rails or cargo management system with XLT package like we were in 2022, but the XLT package, luxury package, has gone down in price. So you can always get those rails as a standalone option, but honestly, all accessories, all added parts, I'd play it safe. Get them from the parts department to make sure you actually get your Maverick. You don't want things holding it up. And this code here, yeah, it's great. It's super useful, but guess what? Ford Pass will unlock your doors if you don't have your keys on you. So there's always solutions, and that's what we're doing here at Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. We're looking for solutions, so do help us out. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, because we'll do an actual video of this, doing a full walk around of this gorgeous little machine. And we look forward to having you part of the community where we all share intel and try to help each other out so that we all make better purchases and save thousands of dollars. So until next time, I wish you all more cars,